You will hear several different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 parts. At the end of the test, you will have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to part 1. You will hear a conversation between a hotel receptionist and a customer.
Good afternoon, Sunrise Hotel. How can I help you today?
Hello, I'd like to make a room booking, please.
Certainly. May I have your name, please?
Olivia Spencer.
And your contact number?
It's 07786533421.
Great! And your email address?
That's oliviaspencer@mail.com.
Got it. Now, what kind of room would you like to reserve?
I'd prefer a single room, please.
Sure. And how many nights will you be staying?
4 nights. I'll be arriving on the 22nd of June.
Perfect. Would you like any additional services?
I need an airport pickup, and could you please provide some extra pillows and a blanket?
No problem. Would you like a room with a specific view?
Yes, if possible, one with a balcony.
That can be arranged. How will you be paying?
I'll pay by credit card.
All right. Anything else we should know?
Yes, I'm bringing my dog. I'd like access to an outdoor area for pets.
Certainly. We have a pet-friendly courtyard.
Thank you very much.
You will hear a guide talking to new students about a university campus tour. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 15. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the university campus tour. We'll be starting shortly at the Information Center, located just behind you. If you haven't yet collected a brochure, please do so now. Before we begin walking, I recommend that you carry a water bottle, as the tour involves quite a bit of walking, especially if the weather is warm. The entire tour will take around 45 minutes, depending on the size of the group and how many questions you have along the way. We'll be covering all the main buildings today, and our final stop will be at the lecture hall, where most first-year classes are held. Once there, you'll have the opportunity to take photos and explore the space a little. After that, we'll wrap things up with a short Q&A session, so feel free to make a note of any questions as we go. You will hear a guide talking to new visitors about the locations of different facilities in a town park. First, you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20. Now listen carefully and answer questions 16 to 20.
As you enter through the south entrance, the first thing you'll notice on your right is the grocery store. It's located just before you reach the corner building labeled I. Now, if you're looking for the First Aid Center, continue straight along the main road and take the first left. You'll find it at the corner, right next to the round garden space. It's marked as G. To get to the library, walk toward the lake, and on the east side of it, near the older residential housing, there's a building labeled B. That's the library. If you enjoy outdoor activities, head toward the children's park, which is surrounded by trees. It's right near the west entrance, and it's in the open space labeled F. The sports hall is in a very convenient location. It's just behind the apartment blocks, across from the lake on the northwestern side. That's building C. Finally, the youth club is near the community center and directly opposite the central garden area. It's located at point E, tucked between housing units.
You will hear a discussion between a tutor and 2 students about their group presentation. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 30. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 30.
Right. Liam and Sophia, have you decided on your presentation topic?
Yes, we've chosen renewable energy.
A very current topic. Why did you choose it?
Mostly because of climate change. It's something we hear about all the time now, so we thought it was relevant.
And there's so much to explore. We can talk about the pros and cons of different sources.
Excellent. Just make sure you present a balanced view. Are you planning to use any visuals?
Yes, we'll add charts and graphs so the audience can understand the figures better.
Good. What will each of you cover?
I'll talk about wind and solar energy, how they work and their benefits.
I'm more interested in the impact on the local economy. Jobs, investment, that sort of thing.
Sounds great. Remember, the presentation should be no more than 10 minutes.
Right. Also, I think people forget how expensive energy production can be. That's worth mentioning.
Definitely. We'll try to include a few case studies as well.
Good thinking. When's your next meeting?
We're planning to meet next Wednesday to go over the slides together.
You will hear a lecture on the topic of urban gardens. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Today, we'll look at the growing importance of urban gardens in today's cities. With the rising cost of living and increasing concerns about food security, more people are turning to local gardening as a solution. It's also a way for individuals to reconnect with nature, something often lost in urban life. Governments in many regions have started promoting these gardens as a tool to boost mental well-being. Aside from individual benefits, urban gardens have clear environmental advantages. For example, they help reduce harmful emissions by cutting down the need for transporting food over long distances. Additionally, they improve air quality as plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. These green spaces also provide a habitat for local wildlife, particularly insects like bees and butterflies that are essential to ecosystems. But it's not just the environment that gains. Urban gardening also has strong social and educational value. Community gardens encourage social interaction, especially in high-density housing areas where people rarely meet their neighbors. In schools, garden projects are used to teach science, nutrition, and sustainability, providing hands-on learning experiences. Gardening also helps combat stress, as working with plants is both calming and physically engaging. In some cases, urban farms even become a source of income, especially for lower-income families who can sell excess produce locally.